All right, so today I've just gotten back from out of town. It's been a while, but when I left, I forgot to lower the panels. So they set upright the entire time through all these storms that we had here in Florida. Now, I'm going to take you into the back sides of these vertical panels and show you how I mounted them and what I've done. So we're going to start here with a view from the top. And as you can see, I've mounted these panels with two simple hinges. These are 3-inch hinges from Home Depot, no big expense. And then here on the bottom, I'm going to try to sit down here on the ground here so you can see them. These panels, I believe there's 8 of them. These panels are all just propped up on these 2x4s right now because the hinging of them is all based on, I'm going to set this phone where I can, I'm going to set this camera where I can actually show you how these work. See if I can get it to stay somewhat stable here for a minute. There we go. All right. So as you can see here, all you have to do is take the 2x4 out and these fold down and they can be neatly tucked away and attached to the fence, which allows for a little bit stormier weather, a little bit bigger events. Although they seem to be pretty stable. We had a lot of storms when I was out of town and everything is intact. Nothing was broken or destroyed whatsoever. Now, I'm going to take you up into the innards of these where we have all the connections and show you what it looks like from underneath. Now, the other nice part about doing it this way is I can simply take all of those 2x4s out, and I'm going to have to come up with a better brace than this, and I haven't quite figured out what that's going to be yet. Maybe something attached to the fence on this side, maybe something just like this, just a little bit more stable. I really don't know yet. I'm still playing with the idea here and looking at it. The biggest important thing to remember here is this isn't a matter of I want to put solar panels on a fence. This is a matter of the house is covered with panels. This is the backyard. I still need to make sure that the dogs can use it and that the wife don't get angry with me. So I did this here to allow me to have more panels than I could actually fit on ground mounts. I could do ground mounts and I will do some ground mounts. And I'll take you over, maybe I'll take you over and show you the other fence, or maybe we'll make another video out of that fence, because that fence, I don't know if I'm going to do what I did here or if I want to put some ground mounts over there or some variation of a ground mount. I like these because this, if I walk down here to the end where you can see all these panels, first of all, it gives me great access behind them here to work on them. You can see I just attached the runs of the wires across the top here, and then these just hang down. I got some clips. I'm going to clip these up. The biggest thing on the clips, though, is that I want to be able to lower each individual panel, and these allow for the flexibility of one panel being up and the other one being down. Although if I attach these way up high, then that doesn't become an issue. Now, what it does allow me to do, though, is to, as you can see, the grass has grown quite a bit while we were gone. But now with the lawn crew, when they come, I can just lower these panels and it will allow me to mow under them. And then when they're gone, I can put it right back up. So this is a real big benefit to vertical panels. Now, this is just the first episode here. These panels, 8 of them run in series. So we are running 8 in series of full size 260 watt panels. No, 250. These are the original 250 solar shed panels. The half of the 12 that I had mounted on the original solar shed. So it's a great way to get a lot of power when you don't have a lot of room. Now, if you have perfectly south-facing area where you can put ground mounts and stuff, it's a much better solution. You're going to get a lot better sun, especially me here in Florida. But when you don't have that room and you need a way to get some, or you just want some extra power and stuff to play with, for me, it's all about having this giant backup system when the grid goes out. Last night, as a matter of fact, the grid went out, and when it went out, I basically came out to the solar shed, plugged it into the house, flipped everything, flipped all the safeties off, turned on that power, turned on the air conditioner in the bedroom, and went to bed. Woke up this morning, the power was back on. I turned it off, took the solar system back offline, and voila, I had it. But during the day, normally, runs a bit miner. And so I'm just bit mining with the extra power just to kind of test the system. So as you can see here, this thing's producing quite a bit of power. It's very, very helpful. Right now, my panels on the fence are producing around 30 to 40 kilowatt hours a day. That is a lot of power. That is enough to sustain an entire home. So if there was a grid outage for any length of time, even though my panels are grid tied on my house, I could run this back up indefinitely as long as there's some sun. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. I would love to hear your comments about vertical panels where you've used them that's worked for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.